Sorry. Yeah. Look, Rebecca, I'm really sorry, but I have to go. I've got a presentation that I've got to give downstairs, and I hadn't realised there was one more submission to go. So I promise I'll watch it back on the live stream, so I won't miss out on it. But I'll ask Andrew Turner to chair the balance of the meeting.
Okay, thank you. I think we're going to show a short video first.
Great, Rebecca. Thanks very much indeed for joining us this afternoon. You've got 5 minutes to make your presentation.
The future of the human race is now at stake. The nature of the changes in climate and environment that we're living with
I can't hear
threaten
that,
not
can
only
you?
the well-being, but possibly the very being of our species on this planet in the long term. And in the middle term, they threaten some of the most vulnerable populations on Earth. It's not at all surprising that people in this urgent situation feel they've got to take non-violent direct action. They've got to find a way of putting the case for the human race before those in power. That's what Extinction Rebellion is doing, that's what the Friday strikes are doing. And that's why I believe a wide, deep support from the public is needed to bring this matter fully to the attention of our political leaders, to show that we can actually achieve democratic change for the good of everybody in our world as well as in this country.
So I'm sorry we missed the beginning of that. I certainly couldn't hear it. But because we're at the end of the day, I'll just carry on. I'll read what I've written here. So I'm here today to tell you that we are in a dire situation. A part of me doesn't want to believe it, yet I know it's true. In my home organic garden this year, my purple peaches suffered damage from the heat. It was only in small patches, but parts of the peaches literally cooked on the trees. What will happen to our gardens when we reach 1.5 degrees or more? We're at 1 degree above pre-industrial levels right now. I heard that all the kelp in Littleton Harbour has died due to sea temperature rise. The death of our ecology and biodiversity will be the death of us. You see what a dire situation we are in. Have you read the government's State of the Environment report? It is tragic, alarming, and deeply saddening. It's hard to take it all in. I imagine it's hard for you too, but I need you to believe it. I am new to this ecological evangelism. I have guilt about that, but I'm here now and ready to stand and do whatever it takes. I want to know, do you and are you? Yes, I can and have made massive changes in my personal life. I eat a plant-based diet. I bike wherever possible. I grow my vegetables and fruit. But this will not keep climate change at the necessary 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. I need you to make changes with me, or nature will have her way with us. We are not separate. My destiny is bound with yours, and our destiny is bound with nature. Your planning needs to revolve around 1. Ecological regeneration of our native flora and fauna. They are the carbon sinks. A commitment to keep temperature rise limited to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. To limit the effects of climate change that we are already experiencing. To do our absolute best to achieve a net zero carbon by 2025. We should have prepared 20 years ago, but we didn't. And now we have to cram for the exam. We are in the 6th mass extinction, and unlike other mass extinction phases, we are responsible. And we have the knowledge and we have the power to change the course of our destiny. Do we have the heart and courage to make the changes necessary? You are leaders in our community, and you need to act like it. We must change the status quo. Our lives depend on it. You have a responsibility to us, The ratepayers, you have a responsibility to yourselves as well, to not put your heads in the sand. We have a collective responsibility to be good stewards of this land and of this city, and we are failing. I've got ideas here which I could share with you. I will quickly. Start planting a native forest in the red zone today. I met a woman who is an eco-warrior. She is going into the red zone at night to plant native trees. Will the council join her? We need to get the cars off the streets. I suggest closing the inner city to vehicles within the 4 avenues. Provide free bikes and more scooters. There are economic possibilities here and health opportunities too. We need to be creative. Bikes need to be allowed onto footpaths where there are no bike lanes. We have a flat city. Let's use it.
That brings us to the end of the 5 minutes, so if I could ask you just to complete the presentation now, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
In summary, your very first step must be to declare a climate emergency. It tells the people about the dire situation we are in, and that is the truth. It gives you the political will of the people and their understanding and brings us together for a common goal. Your second step needs to be to commit to zero net carbon by 2025, and your third step needs to be engage the community in a new way. Extinction Rebellion suggests a People's Assembly or sortition type community decision-making process. We need to work together. I've given you a sample of how the city of Bristol in England have declared their climate emergency. We need to act. We need to act boldly and creatively and challenge the status quo to protect what's left and limit widespread breakdown. The IPCC document says we have 11 years. They are apparently conservative, meaning we could have less time. Your plan must reflect that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much indeed for your time as well. Thank you. That unfortunately doesn't leave us time for questions, but thanks for a very interesting presentation. Thanks very much indeed.
Yeah, and I've also given you an invitation to St Mary's.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that now brings us to the end of the heard submissions for today. So now I will adjourn the meeting until 1 o'clock Wednesday the 1st of May, so 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll adjourn the meeting until then. Thank you.